I bumped into an old friend from the hood and he said, "Oh, you saved now, my nigga? What has God done for you? Tell me, what has he done that your mother and your father couldn't do? Now you're this mighty man of God, but I know you from the streets. You say that the victory is yours, but I've seen you suffer many defeats. Where was God when you were struggling in the hood and constantly being battle tested? In fact, where was God when you was living on Bond Street being abused and molested? Where was God when your mother was getting high off that pipe? And where was God when your sister was getting raped every night? So now you serve God like he can just take away the pain? Like your father ain't got AIDS from shooting dope in his veins? Like your little brother wasn't murdered and you ain't never cheated on your wife? Now you expect me to believe that God has come into your life? Nigga, please. I know you from the streets when you got drunk every day. Back when you lived in the Magloria Manor, Pioneer Homes in Bayway. You're a project nigga, but now you saw the light and you expect me to believe that you just changed overnight? I used to see you running from the cops in the third and fourth court. I remember when they locked you behind up for not paying child support. You was a deadbeat dad. You even did a prison bid. You was too busy chasing girls instead of raising your own kids. And wasn't Bilal Prutlow your cousin? Your family ain't nothing but drug dealers. But now you're in church, so-called holding up the pillars? Nigga, please, you're a fraud. You're probably stealing the church's money. How you go from a thug to a minister? You make me laugh. You so funny. You say that God called you, huh? Well, what exactly did he say? I'm supposed to believe you and just get saved and walk with Jesus Christ someday? Man, I remember when you had rats and roaches all up in your place. And now you're standing up here preaching, throwing God up in my face? Nigga, please, you ain't nothing and you're never gonna be. I'm just fine. I don't need you or nobody else judging me. Remember where you came from, my nigga. You know that poverty here was real. You want me to think that it was God who saved you when you almost drowned in the Arthur Kill? What about that time you slit your artery and almost bled to death? You're telling me that God himself came down and gave you a second breath? And when you tried to kill yourself, he came and stopped the suicide? I don't know who prophesied to you. Whoever did, I swear they lied. And now you're quoting scripture. You used to curse everybody out. How can I believe you now when only lies used to come up out your mouth? You think you're better than me now because you made it out the hood? You went and made something of yourself and now you want to tell me something good? Nigga, please, you will always be that dirty kid from the fourth court apartment 23A. Now tell me, so-called man of God, what the hell you got to say? Well, first of all, I know where I came from. I never said that I was squeaky clean. So the only thing I have to say to you comes out of Matthew chapter 13. And it reads, "But Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor except in his hometown and in his own household." So listen, stop worrying about me and start worrying about you. Stop denying what God did for me and start asking, what can God do for you? He brought me from a mighty long way, and for you, he can do the same. All you have to do is what I did, and that's just call upon his name. Jesus paid the ultimate price. I mean, an unsurpassable sum, but you're too stuck on who I used to be instead of who I have become. And listen up, saints, to all my brothers and sisters in the Lord. Your past is your past. You're not that same person anymore. We may not be where we want, but we are not where we used to be. So go on and let your light shine so that the whole world can see. And remember, he promised to make your enemies your footstool.